Hello, TZ. Okay, so you need the tennis balls for this one. We're just bringing 2 tennis balls, just bring them to the side. If you do the other practice first, so you warm up the body a little bit, it's a little bit more strengthening as well. And then this one is a bit more relaxing and restorative. So you can bring yourself down to the floor, either grab a mat or a blanket, so you have something to lay on. And then when you come down, just bring yourself onto your sit bones and we'll roll ourselves down to the mat. When you get down, hold to the back of the thighs, tuck the chin to the chest, and then slowly let yourself come down to the mat. Try to roll yourself as slowly as you can until you bring yourself all the way down. Shift yourself into the middle of the mat, make sure there's nothing behind you, and then you can walk your feet a little bit closer in towards you. Tuck the tailbone under, so push into the feet a little bit more firmly, and then shuffle up through the spine so you feel nice and long through the back of the body. The back ribs are pushing down into the floor, so the whole back is connected, and then try to get the shoulder blades to glide down the back, so energize the fingers down beside the hips. And then as you inhale, we can take the hands up in line with the chest, and as you exhale, the hands are coming all the way above the head. Inhale, bring the hands in line with the chest, and exhale, relax down. If it's a little bit too hard to do with no support, just grab your belt again, roll it around a couple of times, and then you can hold on to the belt strap as you inhale, come to the heart center, and exhale, the belt goes up over the head. Inhale, to hands above the heart, and exhale, hands to the hips or just above. 2 more, inhale up, and exhale down. Inhale up, and exhale down. Last set. Nice. From here, just move the belt out to the side if you used it. You can bring your hands down beside the hips. Walk the feet in towards you so you can just touch the heels with the fingertips. And as we inhale, we're going to roll up through the spine, lift up the hips, come into bridge. And as you exhale, roll down the spine. Try to send the knees away from the face and lengthen one vertebrae down at a time. You can do 3 more of those. Inhale to lift. And exhale to lower. So this is giving your upper shoulders, upper back a really nice massage. Just 2 more. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lowering. Last one, inhale, lift. And exhale to lower. Nice. When you get down, bring the knees into the chest. You can hold around the backs of the thighs and pull the knees in towards you. Try to keep chin tuck into the chest and use your biceps to pull the arms in, pull the legs in. And then you can hold around the shins and just start to rock yourself side to side. Massage out through the back of the body. Nice, 1 more each side. And then slowly come back to center. You can keep your right knee into the chest and let your left leg slide all the way out long. Transfer into the left hand and the right arm is going to come out to the side. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, we twist into the left. Just come to as far as you can. Try to keep your right shoulder down on the floor. So you want to twist the body, upper body, as much as you can. Keep that right shoulder blade plugging into the floor. And then you can allow your left leg to come just as far as it will, supporting with your left hand if you need, or adjusting to pull you a bit deeper. You can look over your right arm, breathe in here. Just 3 more rounds of breath. Try to really breathe into your belly. Finishing the last round of breath. And with your next inhale, turn your head back to center. Guide your right leg back to center, and then you can let that leg come out long. And then we'll go to the other side. So you can bring your left knee into the chest, hug that knee in. Bring your right hand onto the knee or shin, and take your left arm out to the side. Get the shoulder blade to glide down the back. Take an inhale. Twist into the right as you exhale the breath out. Just shuffle through the shoulders, through the hips as much as you need to feel comfortable. And then you can look over your left arm, breathing into the belly. Allow your belly to really expand. Just 3 more rounds of breath here. Nice. Finish the last round of breath that you're on. And on your next inhale, turn your head back to center and slowly de-rotate. Bring your left leg out long. Take a moment, you can find a nice stretch, maybe flexing the feet, stretching the arms overhead, arching the back if that feels good. And then we want to grab the tennis balls. So we're finding, we want to try and get the 2 tennis balls to come to the back of the shoulder blade. And if it's too strong to work with 2 at the same time, we can just work with 1 on the side and then move around and then work on the other side. So bring your feet flat to the mat and bring the tennis balls just up to the top of the shoulders. So we're working into the traps to begin with. And then you can take the arms out to the side, or if you want to make it a little bit more of an intense stretch, you can bring your arms to rest up over the head. If it's feeling like the tennis ball is sliding away, you can bring your head onto a blanket. Just roll the blanket up so it's a little ledge. And then shuffle the blanket down. So you've got a nice ledge for your head and also stops tennis balls from rolling. So with myofascial release, you want to let your body rest and wait for as long as you can. And you're just being really patient with yourself, with your body, and trying to send the energy of your breath into the points where you're feeling the pressure from the tennis balls. So as long as you can stay in each shape for, or until you feel a dispersing and a letting go, like a deep release. So there's no really wrong way of doing this unless you're working onto a bone. So you want to make sure that the tennis balls are always on a fleshy muscle or a thick piece of skin. We don't ever want to work onto a bone or any place that feels like it's digging and compressing a bone or a joint. So we're always working into the more fleshy parts, which will generally be quite intense if you're suffering from that around your neck and shoulders. But over time, it starts to really feel quite nice and it releases so much. So the more you can do it, the more often, even if you can do this daily, it will really, really help you bring some more movement into the body. Nice, so that should be enough just for now on the top bit. So we want to lift up the back of the heart. If you're finding it really difficult to move the tennis balls down, you can always lift up and then move the tennis balls down a little bit more, and then come around onto your back again and try to slowly bring yourself down. So you want your elbows down onto the floor and then you rest down onto the tennis balls. If it's not comfortable, you could use maybe a little stick or something to help you move and push the tennis balls to where you want them to go, or you can roll yourself. So once you've got them in a nice train track either side of the spine, we're working down on the inside of the shoulder blade, and then we'll potentially move around the sides of the lats and to the front of the chest. So then you can just start to roll yourself down. Try to take your arms out to the side, palms facing up. This just helps to open the chest, and it also gets the shoulder blades to glide down the back. And the more you push into your feet, the stronger the intensity is of the tennis balls into the back. So if you want a little bit lesser, you can let your feet go a bit further away from you. And you can also use a blanket over the tennis balls if it's ever too strong. And then just send your breath again, nice full breaths into the body. You can relax through the eyes, relax through the jaw. Just taking note of anything that's arising, anything that's changing. Try to notice if you're holding and squeezing and tensing. See if you can let go and relax into it. I know it's not particularly comfortable, but the more you can find relaxation when you're in pain, the more the body is going to let go of this tension, this tightness, this fear, this anxiety, any worry, any sensation of gripping. And this is all what we want to try release. So again, stay as long as you can or want to, but if not, you can roll up a little bit more. So just push yourself up higher through the tennis balls, and then it should be just behind the back of the heart now. If any shooting pains come up, just try to really focus on calming your breath down so you take a longer, slower breath out. Slow, deep breath in, nice smooth breath. And the exhale is slower and longer. Just signaling to your body that you're moving into a calm space. You're moving into healing. Everything's okay. Nice, stay there maybe a minute longer or so, or wiggling yourself up a little bit more so you're working more towards the end of the shoulder blade. So you're coming towards the very end tips, but still on the inside of the shoulder blade, either side of the spinal muscles. It's also quite nice to run the tennis balls right along the spinal muscles, so it's just either side of the spine. Helps to free up a lot of tension. Nice, and then last bit, you can move the tennis balls manually down, or again keep rolling down. This time we want them along the bottom of the shoulder blade, so they're coming a little bit more round to the side. It feels like it kind of opens and wings out. So you want to feel that you've come quite narrow down the spine, and then we're just starting to go around the curve, the bottom of the shoulder blade, which is almost in line with where the rib starts to flare open. And then we can rest here. Just take the arms out again to the side, palms up. Find the breath. Notice if anything shifts or changes, opens. We hold a lot of tension around the heart, so it's a nice one to do to help release a lot of stuck, stagnant emotions or any fears, worries, anxieties. And just let yourself rest and relax over the tennis balls. Try to feel that you're just melting down to the floor. Nice. And then we can slowly move it around again, just on the very last bit of the shoulder blade here, and keep the arms a little bit closer in so they help to keep the tennis balls in place. Just taking 5 breaths in. Okay, take the last round of breath, and then you can let the tennis balls come out. Just take a moment to rest with nothing behind you. Just notice any changes in the back body. And then we're going to work on the side. So this one is coming more into the lats, which is just, so where the shoulder blade, you can feel it on the side here. Armpit is here, just come down. So it's just in line with sort of where the bottom of the bra line is. And we want to bring the tennis ball into here. So you can either work with a tennis ball, or you can grab a blanket and roll it up so it's a nice thick roll. And then we want to just lay on the side, and you can either bring your head onto your hand, or you can stretch your arm out to the side long, and then let your head rest down, but it might be more comfortable to rest here. We're just working to push into the side rib here. If a tennis ball is too intense, which it can be, you can work with the blanket. So it's just on the side of the rib cage, just before you feel the shoulder blade, underneath the armpit. And then you can use your front hand just to support you, keep the knees bent, and breathe here. Again, try to let yourself really melt down toward the floor. These all help to release so much tension from the mind. As we start to release tension from the body, we have to feel the pain first in order to move through it. And then we can start to let it go. Helps you to find calming sense. You can close down through the eyes. Just staying here for 4 more breaths. Try to keep the breath nice and full all the way down into the belly. Nice then to come up. Bring your hand flat, push into the hand, bring the other hand down, roll slightly further forward, and then shift yourself to come up. You can just roll yourself onto your all fours and then come over to the other side. So hips come down, stretch the arm out to the side. If it helps you to find the point first and then bring the tennis ball down, you can do that, or you can maneuver once you've come down to the floor. It's quite a strong point here, so always use extra padding if you need to. One side might feel different from the other. Just take note of what's going on in the body. And again, try to focus on breathing to relax the body to let go of any holding anywhere in the body. We're just here for 5 more breaths. If you're ever feeling in any intense pain or numbness or sharp shooting pain, always put a blanket over the tennis ball or go to a more softer approach with a blanket. Let's just take last breath. And then you can use your front hands, prop yourself up onto your elbow of the back hand and push yourself away. Come up onto all fours. You can bring your blanket across the mat if you want to give your hips a little bit of a extra support and padding. And then you can bring yourself down to the floor. Right, so first we're going to come up into a little cobra. So if you bring your hands beside your chest, rest your forehead to the floor. Take an inhale and push into the hands. Keep the elbows tucking into the waist. Lengthen the crown of the head away from the feet. Push the tops of the feet into the floor. And as you exhale, lower yourself down to the mat. Inhale, lift up. Keep the shoulders away from the ears, and as you exhale, lower down. 2 more, inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Try to keep chin tucking towards chest the whole time. Last one, inhale, lift. And exhale to lower. Shift your elbows slightly further forward. Bring the palms flat to the floor. Just rest here for a moment. And then from here, start to push into your hands. Come up onto your elbows. So you want your elbows just slightly further forward than your shoulder. If it's a little bit too strong, you can grab a cushion or another blanket and bring it underneath your chest. Also, if it's too strong here, you can bend your elbows. Take your elbows a little bit further away from you so the back bend isn't as strong, and you can rest your head into your hands. We're just working to get a gentle back bend into the upper back in Sphinx pose. So wherever feels good, just pause in whichever height. If you need to support yourself, just use your hands. Try to get the shoulders down and away, and you're opening out through the heart space so we can send the breath into the chest. Just find a comfortable position and then let your eyes close and rest here. Just taking 5 nice slow breaths. Keep the shoulders down and away from the ears. Relax the legs as much as you can. And try keeping chin tucked to chest so we're lengthening the back of the neck. Crown of the head is stretching you up toward the ceiling. Just last round of breath here. Nice. From here you can take your hands back as you rest down. Turn your face to one side, relax the shoulders. And then slowly turn the head to the other side. And gently coming back into the middle. If you want to work to bring a little bit more stretch into the pecs, you can find where the top of the shoulder dips in and then bring the tennis ball here. So it's quite nice if you take your arms into a cactus shape and you can work both sides, and then let your head relax down so the elbows are bent. That's quite a soft version. Or if you want more of an intense version, bring the tennis ball into that front side of the pec, take your arm out to the side or just below your shoulder, and then you can start to push and roll yourself more onto that tennis ball. The back leg can just touch to the floor or stretch back further. So you get a nice twist away from the arm that's extended behind you. And I'll show you from the other side as well. So you bring the tennis ball in, look to the opposite side, stretch the arm away, and then roll yourself back. You want to make sure that the tennis ball is just nestled in on the side of the chest. Nice, you can stay there for like 5 breaths or so, and then move that out to the side. We're going to bring the hands beside the chest, tuck chin to chest, push into the hands, walk your knees in towards you, come to sit back onto your heels, and we're going to do just a gentle twist. So from here, find a nice length through your spine. As you exhale, turn to your left, bring your left hand behind you, right hand to the side of the leg. Try to lengthen up through the spine, through the skull, and twist through the chest, looking towards the back of the room. Nice deep belly breaths, last 2 rounds of breath. And with your next inhale, slowly turn back to center. And as you exhale, turn to the other side. Use your back hand to support you, lengthen up through the spine, twist and turn through the navel and breastbone, and then you can look to the back of the room if that feels good. Nice deep belly breath. Last round, and on your next inhale, you can slowly turn back through to center. Hold on to the knees, take an inhale. Pull the elbows back to the waist, open out through the chest, take an inhale, look up. And as you exhale, push away from the knees, tuck chin to chest, round the spine back. 2 more of that. Inhale, open the chest, elbows to waist, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, round the spine, heart pushes back to the spine, navel to spine. Last set, inhale, open. And exhale to round. Nice. And then just repeat that as many times as you need to. Hopefully that will help you a little bit more. And then once you've done this a few times, you feel a little bit more open, I can add some more deeper stretches in. But let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully that helps you. And I'm sending you so much love. Hope you're feeling better. And yeah, I will see you soon.